Good evening guys, it's a good afternoon. It's a 4:33 p.m. Today is October 10th and I am doing a end of day video for Monday, right? October 10th 2022, after probably 7 days, right? So and I'm still not feeling well, by the way. So I had a COVID from last 1 week, and that's why I was not able to do the video, because I was not able to talk a lot because of the coughing and all this fever and all those stuff. So still I am breathing hard still, so coughing is still there, but the frequency is reduced now. So that's why I started doing end of day video starting today. And so I would still drink a lot of water, but I hope I can make it today, till end of the video ends it, so let's see if I can able to talk for 15-20 minutes. So see, this is what's going on. So Globex low and high are important, hunting levels are important, preferred and aggressive areas are important. One of these level will give us one trade. I prefer to stick with shorts, and I would suggest you do the same, right? So I'm not mentioning levels here because it's a useless to repeat it again, and I'm already giving the levels in the chart itself, labeled as a preferred sellers, aggressive buyers, and everybody knows what is Globex low and high, right? Hunting levels are also listed there in Discord and in the chart, right? So that's why I'm not repeating the levels here, right? But you can see in my chart those notes are there, right? So members already knows that. This is for the YouTube folks, right? So so this is what I would suggest to do, right? So, and then also in Discord what we talked about is, even though let's say because of this, if price goes higher, let it go higher, even though it's a trend day up, do not try to go long, that was the idea we discussed. But instead you also do not go short, you wait for a pullback, wait for some signs, and then take a short. Do not fight the price action. The way, even though I said stick with short, doesn't mean if it is trend day up and you try to keep short, right? Then you have to back out little bit, wait for price to do something and then take a short, right? If you don't see those signs, then you short, yeah. See, this is what I just explained, right? So, and then these two indexes are holding up for buyers so far, well. So you want them to also crack down. It may happen tomorrow, day after, who knows, right? Today it did not happen, it may happen. Dream numbers, very powerful number as usual. NQ's dream number 72, 23. Both areas gave you a trade, couple of trades. So today hunting levels gave us a couple of trades actually, back and forth, but only shorts though, right? So these are the levels I was talking about. Aggressive sellers area, in hunting level, this is this area 35, 36. Preferred buyers area, right? But anyway, we are not talking about longs here, right? Only shorts. And backup buyers area, right? So this is a backup buyers area. Buyers is wanted as usual, right? And here also same thing, right? But we are not taking longs here, right? We are looking for shorts. And by the time when price comes here, we are done actually. We should be done trading right here. That is where I took the profit, right? So preferred sellers area, right? To the T, correct? And then this is hunting level, this is dream number, this is also hunting level, right? And you can see there are price poking here, fail, here, fail, here, fail, here, fail. See that? Because there are a lot of writing here. See that? Multiple confluence area here. That's why you see all this thing. And same thing goes for ES also. See hunting levels, this area and this area, similar area, multiple poke down, poke down, poke down, poke down. See that? Because it's a hunting level, my favorite levels, right? One of the favorite levels. But anyway, so let's talk about what happens, right? So now you know that we are supposed to stick with shorts, right? So during Discord, right, when we discussed these things, and I said I will just do Discord till 9:45, right? And then I cannot talk a lot, so I will rest, right? So before I went to bed, this is what the trade I took it, right? 54 that we discussed, that I took the 54 short, and then I added at 46 or 45 here, right? And then in this. So here I short, right, and then here I short at the breakdown, and then I took a profit here. We managed this trade together, right, and then I took a profit of one contract which was 46 aggressive. I bailed out here, and the second one I said I will do a break even stop which was 54, right. That was my entry, so I put my stop there when I took this profit, right. And then luckily price did not bail me out while I was sleeping, and then I came back later when I was watching in my phone, and then somebody even here, I think one of the members said it's hard to trade, which is I agree with him, but I said price will make one new low below morning low, which is this one new low, right, and it did, and I gave specific levels also, that it will make a new low somewhere below this, actually here below this area it will make a new low, and so that was my target right here, which is here 36.12. That's where I bailed out, and here NQ same time you have to bail out 9.17 or so, right. So that one contract 54 to 12, that I got it, that many points for that remaining contract, right. Now why 54 short, right? So even though in Discord in the morning while price reached here, I said there are two ways, I also gave a specific example of one of the member that he may short here, but your stop has to be higher because he is playing levels, right, based on some higher time frame, not this intraday. But intraday you cannot short here, even though it's first of all it's aggressive sellers area, not a preferred sellers area, right. But at the same time NQ was coming into hunting level and preferred sellers area, so that's a case one for ES short here, right, and NQ short also. But the way price came up there after balancing here, see, entire overnight damn thing just stayed below 50, and then some news happened and then it broke out, right, and then it again broke out here, see that. So in one way it is exhausted there, but other way it just started the up move, right. So that's the like one negative point for the intraday shorting right from here at the first test. You have to wait for something like balance or whatever, right, pause, breakdown, something in order to take a short for intraday, right, and especially it was around open, so you have to be careful unless you are playing some higher time frame, right. That is what we discussed. So based on that, this was a first short based on the higher time frame, but we are supposed to wait, right, pause. This was a pause, right, then price went down, right, but then I said at least 46 it has to go below, which was this level, right, and then actual shorts may come, and then ideal short would be below 35 or 36 area, right. That is what we discussed in NQ. Ideal short between this, below this. So NQ reached so far first here, right, and then it's poked below, correct. So I'm going to talk about my trades later on, right, but then it came down, right. I'm going to walk you through the price. So NQ was the first one to break below this area, important area, right here around 952, where ES was 950 here, about to break 46, right. So or maybe it broken down because it's 5-minute chart, right, but this was the trade right here in NQ at the same time, right here at this little pullback, ES 46 pullback right here, which is 10 o'clock, right. You can see it in a smaller time frame right here. See, if I zoom it, you will see it. There was a clear cut trade there right here. See that balance here, broke down, touched it, you short, right, and then boom, because this was a bullish disconnect also here, actually it was a failed bullish disconnect. I think I said that there was a bullish disconnect, right. So bullish disconnect, buyers bought it here, but we are not supposed to go long, right, so we waited. So when it went higher and couldn't go higher above 54, see, this is where I took a short, right, and then my stop was at 60 or 63, that is what I said, 60 or something, right, and it's a virtual stop though. And then it came down in my favor, and then again it tried to go higher, right, and then I said I'm holding it, and then it came down, then I was targeting 35, right. So that was a first short. against this bullish disconnect, but it's an aggressive short though, right? But the way I took it was, I took it based on this information, not this information, right? So this information was not telling me anything, because momentum was holding above zero line here, right? AD was holding here, everything was good for buyers actually, right? But remember, we are supposed to short, right? No long. So that's a risky short though here, right? Because ideal short would be below 46, which is this one, right? And then this one, right? And then you take some profit here, and rest break even about this area, you know. So say I took the short based on this, right? So I saw this thing hesitating here, right? Couldn't go higher, and then right of the open, it was open drive down. That's the first thing I noticed, right? Open drive down straight into 46, right? And due to this VWAP, right, people bought it here. But then if they really bought it, then why the hell there is a hesitation here, right? Aggressive sellers area. They already took it one time. Why second time hesitation here? And then when I see 1, 2 hesitation, that's where I short at 54 right here. Now you know why I shorted it, right? Then once I shorted it here, I was looking for to see whether it takes out 46, because now there is a fair chance. If it does, I will short again one more contract, add on, you know, and I will target this, because by that time it's already failed breakout of this entire overnight stuff, right? And price is now breaking below 46. Most likelihood is that's the next level that is gonna reach, right? So that's the target. So you can comfortably add here at 46, right? NQ already below this area. While ES was above this area, NQ was already below, right? So NQ was also supporting the idea, at least back to Globex low. So that's where you take a profit here, you know, for this single contract. This was a dream number based short, you know, whoever is following the dream number only, you know, this was the level based short, right? This one here, right here. And then something happened, and then actually I went to bed to sleep, right? And then I said I will just leave my contract open here and target lower areas. So I went to bed, right? And then during that time this thing happened, right? So while you are watching these things, it looks like, you know what, so here if you are watching this thing, right, it looks like, man, buyers just defended Globex low, right? The way it went higher, and here also you can see it, the way it went higher, right? Like look at this, straight up, and the little pullback, straight up, right? And throughout this thing, momentum was around like zero line, AD was holding here, right? So looks like, man, this was to go to moon today, correct? But you have to remember one thing, if it wants to go to moon, why come back to 36, you know, aggressive buyers area, and then go higher, right? Why break down below this key level, came back all the way around to 965, which is not an important level though, it was just a Globex low. It was important today though, right? But level standalone, it was only Globex low, there is no significant there, but today it was important, but not to go long, right? So this was a poor idea to go long here to begin with. So whatever the move generated from here is not going to sustain unless price goes above this, okay? So you don't have to go long here, you have to look for failure of this thing and hope for price to fail. That way it can move down more, because then it will trap some buyers here, you know. And here also there was a confluence area also, right? So it was, first of all, it's the option level 3650, right? Second thing is it was this 46 level that was broken freshly, right? And now price is retesting it. The third is there is the intraday VWAP and mid is there. Fourth is this 24-hour VWAP is also close by, right? And fifth thing is, which is you have to look at negatively now, that this, see this time ED was at 500 when price was here, you know, around same level in the morning. When this time this spike up happened, ED was below it, so it was a divergence a little bit, you know, and NQ was touching the dream number, right? Overall ED trend was down, correct? And then but still you cannot short it here, right? But at least don't look for long, you know, don't assume that buyers are there, right? If buyers are there, let them go above this area pretty much that it basically had, right? Fought through it. So when it went up here, there is no short here, but there is no long either. Long anyway we are not discussing, right? So you just observe it. But then what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, right? You can see the chop, right? See, the chop was not supposed to happen here. If buyers are so strong, they should have gone up here. Instead, you see this nice bar coming down, right? Then this is a basic trend line. I'm drawing it here to show you, so that visibly it looks good to you, if you draw these lines on some days, right? So here you can see it broke down, correct? So that was your short right here. The moment it broke down, right? So the fifth thing was this, right? Momentum. See, it came to the upside, right? So everything was good. Momentum was good, right? AD started trending higher a little. Price went higher. Then why the hell did it not break out? On second test, it fell again, right? And then you can see, boom, price reversed, correct? And then again, momentum started going down. AD started going down. NQ, look at this, right? It touched this area and boom, boom, boom. Again, back below this area, right? That was your short right there, considering it's a trap buyers, and then you just target the lower levels, right? And 20 is my favorite, right? So you can take a profit if you want at 20, so I took a profit at 12, later on, not here, because I was sleeping anyway. So, and I had a actual target was this actually, to be honest, this was my actual target, 97 actually. So right here, 97.50. This was my actual target. Did price came there? See, price came there almost. Okay? But anyway, so I build out. Oops. I build out at 12, somewhere around here later on. So, but anyway, so you take some profit here because it is October month lows and preferred buyers area, right? So you take some profit here, right? And then for this short, NQ you can do the same short here, right? Both are together, you can initiate it, right? Then price went down, right? And then randomly NQ bounced from this 930 area, right? It was not our level, right? But anyway, it bounced from it randomly, correct? So because of ES 20, so fine, let it bounce, right? Then it went up, straight up into Globex low. See, these areas are important. So here it bounced, right? So here it can act as a resistance. This was your short too, at least back to this, right? And if it doesn't, you bail out there, right? So depending on how you manage this many points, or you break even, but that's for certainly a short here, right? And then, right, then what happened? Then price couldn't go down, right? And then it again similar story like this happened here, correct? So you again draw a trend line like this. See, I draw it here, right? And then price went higher, straight into this VWAP, right? And the dream number again, correct? Now at this time, you can see it. See here, price was here 985, and here price is at 11,017, almost 30 point up, right? But look at AD, almost similar. It's not like skyrocketing up, right? And this is again similar situation, straight up into it, right? This VWAPs. And ES again same thing, right? Same into this area, and again this time momentum was higher up, right? But look at AD, same AD, right? AD is no strength there, right? And here you can consider a failed bullish disconnect still there, right? So there is the effect of those sellers, right? So any point up will be bought back up, means basically seller will be shorting it, at least for a few points, and then you have to really see. So this was a good short here, because now the pattern you can see it. Any exhaustion, people are shorting it. Any exhaustion like this, shorting it. Any exhaustion, shorting it, right? So that's how you have to play today, So now this was a short, and then let's say if you don't want to short it here, right? And there was another thing going on here. This was a what was the time? 11:52, which is this. So this was also another thing here, because this was hunting level, right? So again, this area is very important itself, right? and see here the shorts were came in, right? So again up, those shorts will be there. If there is no enough AD strength, then those shorts will be there, you know. Overall sellers were in control, right? So you can short here, you know. If I was here, I would have shorted it, right? But anyway, if you are scared, right, then again you look for this pattern, pause, right? See, this is the pause, and then breakdown, right? You wait. Your trend line was here, right? Here broken, pullback, short, boom. Same thing here. See that? So that's how you take a help from the trend line on some days, you know. Hold on, guys. Man, I need a water. So that was a short, okay? And then where I was here, right? Then you bail out somewhere here, right? That's where I took a profit for the day for that one single contract, and I said call it a day. You know, that is all you can get, you know. So, and then whatever happens after that, you know, it's a bonus time, right? But you don't look for a bonus though, you know? My bonus levels were 97, 3609, which is this area, and 97, and I think 04 or something, which is this area, you know. So you can target if you shorted it, right? But then it's no point, you know, shorting after that. NQ same story, and you can see it damn thing here, right? After that is just ping pong, right? So that's how, you know, it played out today. And then at the end, price actually again closed below this area, right? So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. And then, you know, let me talk about Mboxwave today, you know. I'll talk about ES today, okay. So so forget about these lines, you know. These are my levels, and it plots automatically, okay. So just ignore those levels for now, because you guys don't have my levels, right? Whoever is using Mboxwave, this is for the YouTube folks. So ignore these levels for now. We'll do our regular exercise. So those of you who did not watch the previous part of this video, I would suggest you watch it, right? My regular video. But if you did not, then, you know, I had a COVID, and I still have a COVID, and I have a lots of cough and sinus and all this thing going on. So that's why I was not doing the end of the video for entire last week. So this week onwards I started doing it, but still I have a lot of coughing and all this thing going on, you know. But anyway, I tried my best to do it. So let's start with here, right? So let's do our regular exercise of drawing levels, right? The live levels, right? Or based on Mboxwave, right? But contextually, one more thing I would like to let you know. Even though Mboxwave shows a lot of buying signals, today's plan was to stick with only shorts, no longs, okay? But anyway, so you can see it here. Somebody bought it here, right? Right here, you can see it. This I'll go all the way up, right? And then again I'll go started, and then again started, and then again it started, right? So you know this levels, like people are buying it, right? So let's draw a line here. Hold on. So this is the area, right? First area where people bought it. I would say second area, right? And I would say let's move forward. This is a news driven move, by the way, right? But I would say, you know what, this is the area, and maybe this, right? So let's begin with this. Actually, you know what, okay, so these are the areas people bought, and then you can see a lot of sell off also, right? This 1 2 3 4, but overall you can see there are a lot of buying algos, more buying algo than sell algos, right? So at least you know there are that many buyers here, correct? And then you can see this also, spike, again spike, right? So all this thing is showing you that there are lots of buyers somehow, right? So if they are those that much aggressive, right? So look at here, up, slight balance, up, balance, 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 up, right? Balance, up. Fine. Then let these buyers follow that pattern, right? Up, slight balance, up, right? And then if price was here, right? Hold on. I got a phone call as usual. Hold on, guys. Okay. So right before open, let's see. Right before open, right? It was opening up around right here. Right? Remember the pattern? Up, slight balance, up, right? So it has to maintain that pattern then, right? But overall, we are supposed to stick with shorts, right? That's the whole idea. So here it may Mboxwave may fool you. If you read it this way, and if you assume, and if you ignore whatever happens after this point onwards, and if you assume that, hey, this many buyers, I would like to only go long here, then you're going against the context. Context was, this could be a fake bias too, right? Because that's why we are supposed to stick with shorts, right? So, because I'm just watching this chart here with you, but you have to look at the higher time frame charts, 1 hour, 4 hours, 2 hours, you know, and get the context out of it to see whether these are the smaller time frame fake buyers or real buyers from the larger time frame, right? So I'm coming from that angle here, okay? So now let's see what happens next, right? So ideally I'm expecting price to hold at least this first level, right? This was my aggressive sellers area, by the way, in my Discord, listed as aggressive sellers area, okay? So now look at this, right? Now look at this and look at this, right? So look at the amount of selling going on here, right? But it could be a effort no results too, right? Who knows, correct? So let's watch here. It first touched this area, correct? That was a buyer's area. What happened? Slice through it, right? Easily. And then what happened? Pull back here, right? And then again somebody shorted it. At least these are the signs. Look at this, there was a imbalance here also, right? So at least now you know something is up, right? So this was the first short. You can do it right here, you know, if you know all this thing, you know, because look at, in one shot price came through, went through this and also this also actually, you know, and after this balancing activities it went down, right? So that's the two things you have to note down here, and this imbalancing, right? And you can see this also, right? So while price was going higher here, multiple attempts, right? This delta, buying delta was reducing. See that? -1 even, right? And this buying also was gone, divergence, right? So that's why you see this sell-off from here, okay? And it was my level anyway, so aggressive sellers area. So now it came down and it sliced through this first level, second level with this much selling. See? So that's why you take a short here, right here, you know. But let's say you wanna wait for more confirmation, at least 2 level down, right? So at least let price break below this, then you know you can look for short and target maybe this area or something right there, right? Or maybe this, right? So we'll see how it goes. Now you can see that. See, there is another algo, right? That came. Now this thing is justifying the idea of selling now. That hey, now you know what? Sellers have a control actually. These buyers are not good enough, right? Because now in like morning 7 minutes, it was able to go through this 1, 2, 3 levels pretty much, right? Or able to reach all 3 levels, right? And there is no upside buying here at any see, ideally this was a good support here, right? You should see a buying here, but see, there is no buying, right? So now you know that okay, sellers are in control. So if you shorted here, keep your stop there and then hold it, you know. If you did not shorted it, then wait. You can't just go with the flow because you don't know, right? Because by the time when you try to go with the flow here, there is a next level right here, It may hold, who knows, right? Because look here how much fight they did it here at this level, right? So it may hold it and price may get exhausted. If you look at 5 minute, it will show you it is getting exhausted straight down here, so you have to wait, for a pullback. Pullback where? Maybe this area, right? Maybe this area, who knows? If you see some sign, then, right? So let's move forward, right? So here, see that slight pullback, it was an imbalance, right? So you can even short here, right? But you know what, morning first few minutes after looking at this, you have to wait, because this 46 was also an important area in my Discord though. But anyway, so you wait, this is aggressive to me, because look at this. When it popped up, this delta was like showing like less than this in real time at that point, I'm sure. Right now I'm looking at after the fact, but I'm sure, right? And then you can see when this spike up happened, right, strike down, see this selling was not enough, and this one also spiked up, right? So it's kind of an exhaustion selling, maybe, I'm just saying maybe, or maybe it's a good selling, right? So you can go with the flow here based on this, like this, like this at this point, right? But then you have to realize that price is now coming straight down. If you look at 5 minute into this area where it, heavily fight was there. So it is possible that it will do some ping pong here and then go down, right? And this is exactly what happened here. It did a ping pong, then again it tried to go higher, right? And then this time it brought some buying actually, right? So look at this, right? So buying came in. So now you can't short it here, right? So let's assume you did not short here, you can't short it here either. Now you have to wait, to see what's going on. If really sellers are strong, they will defend this area somewhere here. Maybe price can go up to here, and then it may come down. But if it comes down, you want to really see some signs to short it, because by that time, if it comes down, there are chances it will go through these levels, so because this level which was support now acting as a resistance, right? So let's see what happens. So here minus 13, that's the first sign you got, right? Despite this buying, right, it's effort no result, minus 13, right? So it's a good sign, right? Then let price goes down, it did, right? Let it go down below 46, right? And then we'll do something. But if you're watching it this minus 13 developing, right, then you can short here based on that minus 13 only though, right? And it was a previous resistance here that selling came, right? So second time up, people will try to short it, right? So based on that idea, you can short. Otherwise, you have to wait. You can't do anything. Then what happened? Your stop has to be above this, okay? So let's say whether you shorted it here or not, right? Let's move forward. Then what happened? This time minus 46, right? So there is not enough selling going on here, okay? So you can't do anything. Then price went higher again, right? So this time you can see this much buying, more buying than this, correct? But then look at the delta, not enough, right? Yes, greater than 13, but not enough, right? Not like great delta. So delta versus this buying, some divergence is going on. Look at this buying here, negligence buying, right? There is no buying here, right? So you have to note down that point. You can't go long for sure, right? But you can't either short also because of only this negative thing. This is a negative thing actually, right? Because there are lots of buying here, so you can't go short, right? Despite delta and all this thing. So you have to wait, and you have to assume at least that okay, fine, then let it go higher. If this algo is genuine or legit, right? But instead, what happened? Next bar, 1, 2, slight pullback, and boom, down, right? At this time, if you're watching it live, this selling might have increased below this here, and you can see this selling also greater than this, right? So here there was a chance to short it here, you know. So these are the shorts, correct? And now you target this area, you know, somewhere, right? And then you have to take a profit though, right? Because now you know buyers are not easy to get rid of. Based on this price action, you know, and based on this many supports, you also know that at every level down they are going to resist. So the idea now based on this is you short at the pullback and you target the levels like this, you take a profit, wait for another pullback, and if you see something you short. That's the idea, you know. So you can see it here, right? So price came down here first time, right? Everything is good. This is a new renewed delta, I would say, right? 133, then this, right? And fresh selling came in, right? After price fought through it, and then you can see this much selling also, right? So everything is good for this trade to hold, right? So you can hold it here, or you can take a profit at the first test, right? But let's say you hold it here, right? And then it came down, again came back up, came down, right? There is so much selling going on here, right? Everything is good so far, right? Then it again went down, again went up, right? But it is holding in this area, right? And then again it went down, right? So this time another selling came here, right? Another selling here also, right? So at this time you want price to just move like this, go, 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 right? If it doesn't, then you have to bail out, okay? Because this is enough opportunity for sellers to sell it, to take it down now, right? Now this happened. See these things? See, at this time you should be bailing out your position right here, you know, and then wait for another opportunity. As I said, right, pullback short, right? So pullback short levels are either this or this, right? These two levels become acted as a resistance now, right? So let's see what happens. Unless you don't see a lot of buying, then you short. If you see a lot of buying, then you wait for a pause and then you look for signals, right? See these things here, a lot of buying, right? So you skip this level and then it went straight into this, right? But again, because of this buying, you can't short it, right? So you have to wait. And then it went down, right? Like this, right? And then again it came back up. See here you can short, you know, if you're smart enough you can short here, you know, early entry. Otherwise wait for confirmation. When you see this, now you are ready to short here because of this. See this, and now you look for lower target, which is this or below. See, so that's how it is. Now I can walk you through, you know, entire day like this, you know, but you can see the pattern was that, you know. Then you bail out. If you see this, look at this. See, so you bail out here for that short, right? And then you again wait, and then you can see this area finally acted as a resistance here. Why? Because see, there was a divergence here, clear cut. See that delta was up, right? But look, there is no buying here. There is also a divergence here. See, so slight confirmation, boom, 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 short again, you know, like this. See, or you can use these areas, okay? And that's how ES played out today. That be all.